Hi everybody, it's Comics G-Man here again. I'm here to talk about Harley Quinn. Now, there's nothing relevant right now about Harley Quinn to talk about, but I want to go back just a little bit in time, maybe to around December of 2024. And why do I want to go back to this time? Well, I think I want to make the argument of when exactly DC murdered our girl, Harley Quinn. And I could go back to around issue number 44. Although it would be more specific, I think it would be issue number 47, but I never even wrote a review about that. Hell, I never even read that issue. I think that was the issue where she was farting on the cover. So that was when I finally said, yeah, I am done with this garbage. But look back to issue number 44. Now, if you look at my list here, my last good review was in the issue number 24, November 29th, 2022. Now, the Stephanie Phillips run was not good. It wasn't great. It was okay. But there was a point in this run for me, like around maybe the early 20s, like issues 22 to 24, where I felt like Phillips was actually starting to grow into the Harley Quinn comic. She was starting to write something that I found interesting. You can see my positivity here. But I'm not going to talk about those issues right now because that is a subject for another time. I'm going to talk about what happened here. I think the author at this issue was Kalin or something. Okay, Elliot Kalin. All right. I took a hiatus. You could even see it on the on here. The last issue I wrote, I did a review on, was after 24. I got away from it with Stephanie after Stephanie Phillips came off of the issues, and I think they put on Teenie Howard. Now, when they put on Teenie Howard, that was when I was like, I'm getting away from that. I am getting away from Teenie Howard. It was enough of a compromise reading Stephanie Phillips, and she was just starting to get a little good, just a little good. And then she was gone, and now you put on Teenie Howard. I was like, no. So probably Teenie Howard killed Harley Quinn, but I don't know about it because I came back at issue number 44. I only came back at issue number 44 because I saw that they had a new writer that wasn't Teenie Howard. I'm like, let me see what this new writer is doing. And oh my God, it was bad. I mean, it was a shit show. I mean, Teenie Howard was probably bad because she only lasted like what? She didn't last that long. So this new writer, Kalin, I mean, look what I say here. Issue number 44. All right, it looked like I was trying to be open a little bit. I say, I don't know. Not bad, but not good either. Okay, so coming from someone who did read the whole Stephanie Phillips run, and one of the minority that enjoyed a good amount of it, I must say this is not a good start to a new Harley Quinn run. And look, I say the same thing here about Teenie Howard. I don't have to say it again. I was pissed then because I thought Phillips was really getting a good beat. Alright, we'll skip all that. So I heard recently that they started a new run with this writer. And honestly, there is good potential here. Pfft, what the fuck was I smoking? Don't even ask, man. I do not know what I was smoking when I wrote that. So then I say here, Elliot certainly has a good grasp of Harley's ebb and flow and how she perceives the world around her. But what is really dragging it down is this art style. Not even. Bro, what am I saying? Who is this? Is that me? Did I write that? Oh my God. I am so sick of this Disney cartoon style for Harley Quinn. The anarchist, the villain, and I guess sometimes anti-hero too. But I prefer when she is full-on evil. Phillips played around with this good guy, bad guy side of Harley, but I thought it worked a little bit, given the context of each scenario. This comic has no hook at all that makes me look forward to reading the next issue, which I am about to do. Of course, none of these writers hold a candle to Paul Dini's previous works, but we have to work with what we have right now. No, you don't. My past self, you did not have to do this. You did not have to put yourself through this. Although, to be quite honest, I'm glad I did, because now I got something to talk about. Alright, so look, I say, Writing is good, could use a little less pop culture to it, and a little more grit. Art style needs to change ASAP. This art is crap, and totally watered down the badass Harley really could be. Harley can still be goofy, I guess, although I don't like it, but she needs a badass look or something more that pops. I like the hairstyle she has, but nothing stands out about the costume at all. Begrudgingly going to read number 45, but not enthusiastic to do so. Alright, so you want to know my thoughts about why I said, like when I'm thinking of Harley Quinn, right? Like, I'm thinking like a serious, not a noir, but like I want something a little more dark, you know? I'm tired of the jokey shit. You know, like, I want something a little dark and with some of the jokey shit, but the jokey shit is not like the main source, the main backbone. Like, you know, she's the Joker's girl. Look, I'm sorry. That's who she is. Like, I mean, yeah, she could be more than that, but she's here because of the Joker. Don't fucking tell me. Like, I know, I didn't read too much of the new 52 stuff, but I know it started with that. Like, I'm pretty sure it was the Amanda Connor run where, like, she had to break off with the Joker, she had to be her own thing, and, you know, you got the Birds of Prey stuff, which I like Birds of Prey. I like the movie. I thought it was funny. I thought it was not funny in that way. Like, I like the action in that, okay? I thought, all right, I'm a sucker for Margot Robbie. What do you want me to say? I'm a sucker for Margot Robbie. I like what she does, but this was bullshit. Oh God, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, she is the product of the Joker. Without the Joker, what the hell was Harley? So yeah, fine. She's trying to find her identity without the Joker. Fine, you could do that. You could do that. But the Joker has to come back somehow. There has to be. I mean, I'm sure they did that in the Amanda Connor one. I didn't even look at that one. Maybe I'll read the new 52 one day. I don't know. I'm not really curious, to be honest with you. But like these specific comics, like even if you don't use the Joker, you gotta have something here. And these comics just did not have it. There was no new villains. There was no new characters that you could say, you know, Harley's got an interesting rogue gallery. At least to me, like in these runs, I'm just talking about these runs specifically. These ones by Kalen, if I remember correctly, were just like some kind of like political talk about gentrification in neighborhoods. I mean, okay. When I think of Harley Quinn, I'm not thinking about gentrification in neighborhoods. But fine, go with it. All right. So anyway, I say here also that all right, let me go to number 45. Look, number 45, I gave it a 5. I gave it a little bit better score than the previous one. I guess I was kind of trying to be hopeful. I say here, slightly improved from issue number 44, I guess. That's not saying much though. While there was more action in this issue, the action was predictable, lame, and poorly drawn. Oh, I remember the art on this one. The art was horrible. There's one panel where Harley goes for the final blow with her bat against this generic henchman, and it is so bad. The proportion makes no sense, and it has no impact at all. That action panel was the perfect opportunity to do a bloody crazy drawing of Harley smashing the dude's face in. But no, this is Harley for kids, I guess. Which is absurd, because Harley is constantly letting us know what a horny lesbian she is. Because, you know, Tumblr and shipping, well, I don't even think Tumblr was a thing when I wrote this. I don't know why I wrote Tumblr. And shipping is just dandy when writing comics. As I stated previously, this Disneyfication of Harley is still a mistake that needs to stop. And they need to bring grit and roughness to Harley. The writing is slightly cute and the whole sympathy... Cute. Oh my god. Ugh. I can't believe I said that. The whole sympathy for the Chicken Fingers character is touching. Oh, well, Chicken Fingers in that, if I remember correctly, was like this crazy homeless dude that she kept talking to, and like she was like really nice to him. I mean, I thought that was kind of funny. It's a good idea. I think that was funny, but it, you know, wasn't anything to write home about. Anyway, I get what the author's beef and message is throughout the comic, but honestly, it is really not a good motivation for Harley. It just feels like reaching for ideas here that aren't really there. Last issue, I gave a 4 and only made this a 5 because it was a little better in terms of pacing. Still crap though. not diarrhea. It's that kind of crap that no matter how hard you try to squeeze it out, it just sticks there, you know? Poor Harley. She deserves better. Well, I agree with my past self there. I think I was right on that. And look, here's issue number 46. I just completely lost patience here. Look, I just say DC sucks. Stop making comics and spare us from this garbage. I didn't even try here. Please, people, stop giving your hard-earned cash to DC. They have completely ruined every character. Better comics from Marvel, and if that doesn't do it, go back to the oldies. Do not support this. Harley deserves better. Well, when I said that at the time, this wasn't even that long ago, okay? December 2024, I was reading like Immortal Thor. I was reading a couple of good Marvel comics at the time, so that's why I said it. But on the whole, Marvel sucks too, okay? On the whole, but at the time, they were pumping out some good stuff for me, like that I liked. But you know, like that I was reading at the time. But I am finding some gems in DC that I missed right now, which I'll talk about in further videos. Oh yeah, New Champions was one. What else did I want? Ultimate Black Panther was pretty cool. Ultimate Spider-Man was cool. I was enjoying that. But yeah, Harley Quinn, they dumped on her big time. And like I said, I think when they really fucking destroyed her, I'm trying to find which issue it was. Was it even an issue or was it an annual? There was one where the cover was her fucking farting. And it was like, this issue reeks. That was when I checked out of Harley Quinn. Yeah, I don't even know why I came back to it. I mean, the Teenie Howard thing should have been enough for me to say fuck. You know, I don't know what made me go back. I guess I'm hoping that somebody is going to treat Harley Quinn here good. I mean, I know there are people who don't like Harley Quinn. They think she's stupid. I like her character. She was one of my favorite characters in the animated Batman series. I mean, I loved all those characters, but like she was fucking funny. I loved that character in that. And I thought Paul Dini did something really good there. I don't like what they're doing with Paul Dini's character. I just don't. And if it ever gets better, somebody let me know. I'd like to see a serious, gritty, I mean, maybe noir-esque Harley Quinn comic one day that DC takes seriously. Until then, I don't give a fuck. Now, if you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Have fun, and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.